Hey, it's James Nicholson, I hope you're well, and I just want to talk to you today about how much does it cost to refurbish. Now, I'm just in Doncaster at our latest project, and so we're in the garden here, which is a bit of a mess right now, but we're going to show you around and give you a rough estimate on what it might cost to get this work done. So let's have a look inside. So this is the other way. So I've done this back to front than yesterday's video. So you guys don't get confused. I think, am I watching the same video or not? This is the second video. And so first video was just a tour. This video is more of a costing, right? And so this is the kitchen. And I'll shut the door because it's freezing cold. Why? Now the door won't shut. There we go. Right, so this is the kitchen here. And so this needs a bit of major work, right? So this chimney breast here is going to come out, and the chimney breast will come out and there'll be a steel put above it. And the reason for that is because there's a smaller chimney stack above that, right? And so we need to make sure that that is secure. So let's give you a quick tour. So that's the garden. Now we're going to put kitchen tops and cupboards down here. We'll have a cupboard in that corner. We'll have a cupboard there. A cupboard will go there as well. It's hard to point backwards. And so then where that chimney is, there'll be more cupboards going down here. There'll be cupboards above, and the cooker will be below. Now, what you've got on this side is you've got some cupboards back there, and you've got some cupboards back there and units. Now, that's all coming out. A radiator will go in there to make this a little warmer. This room doesn't have a radiator for some reason. And then you have a cupboard in there. Now let's talk about the costs of this part, which is the kitchen, right? So kitchen wise, the kitchen units and everything that we need for the kitchen, we've gone for B&Q, and B&Q is pretty good. That's what I've been using recently. We've gone for a gloss grey kitchen. We've gone for electric cooker and hob, and it all looks pretty good. And the cost of that is £1,700, including the VAT. £1,700, including the VAT. Now, labour on fitting this, including taking out the chimney and everything like that, is £2,000. £2,000, which is pretty good, right? So all in all, we're looking at around £3,700 for the kitchen, which I think is a pretty good fair price. Now, next part is just the main areas of the property. So this is the living room here. We're going to leave this fire in. We're going to strip this wallpaper. So this is a wallpaper. You can see someone started pulling some off. And so that's all coming off, that wallpaper. And so all of the rooms are getting stripped. So this is a two-bedroom house, two-bedroom terrace house, right? So I'm talking about all of the rooms getting stripped. Any skimming needing and the plastering that's needed will be done. Down here, you can see there's a little bit of work needed in there. So that'll be chopped out and some new boards put in, and we'll plaster over that. And so for all of the common areas, we're looking at approximately £2,000 for that to be done, to be put right, plastered, everything back to normal, right? And so that's going to be pretty good. And then another £1,000 to decorate all of these areas, right? Which is fairly reasonable. Now, upstairs here, so this is the main bedroom here, right? Front bedroom. This one is included in that, so wallpaper off, plastering if needed. Now the plastering isn't loads because some of it doesn't need plastering. It's not going to have a full plaster. This is a 60 grand house, not a like 500 grand house. We will have it all smooth, immaculate, but the walls are pretty good actually. Like, if you can see there, that's still got some wallpaper on actually. Some bits you can get off and see the walls are actually pretty clean with a good sand. They'll be smooth and they'll look decent. So that's all been done. Now, the next big cost is in here, the bathroom, right? The bathroom could be, won't be too much. So the suite that we're looking at, 3-piece suite, is 600 quid, right? So that's pretty good. And then the other little bits that you'll need, like tiles and fittings and stuff like that, that will probably be 400 quid total. And the labour to put that in is going to be 1,000, right? So we're looking at 1,000, 2,000 there, 3,700 downstairs. And the decorating and plastering, we're looking at around £3,000. And then the last big job is we've had some carpet quotes around. It's not a massive house, guys, so we'll be able to carpet this for £1,000 with a decent carpet with underlay throughout, right? And so that's the last big cost. Now, there's certain things that could cause us problems. One could be the boiler. Now, I've tested the boiler, it all works, but when the gas safe comes around and test that, we have a contingency in case there's some stuff that needs doing. Some of the radiators might need changing, so we might possibly end up with another £500 or £1,000 there. And the one that worries me the most, which is always something you can't really impact, is the electrics. So you now, as a landlord, have to have an EICR. I think that's exact. I think they're the right letters, something like EICR, and so that is going to cost us a few £100. But if that went wrong and we need to rewire, then that could be as much as £3,000. So that's something that could potentially cost us a lot of money. But we really want to be really careful and just make sure that we pick a good electrician that doesn't just say we need a full rewire for the sake of it, right? Which sometimes they do. So we'll get some various opinions on that. Other things we're going to do is spruce up the gardens front and back. So we hope to do that for less than £2,000. We can do some of it ourselves. So remember, this project is with my daughter Georgia, so she can be doing some of this. Hopefully her boyfriend can do some of this stuff as well, help us out, will be really cool, and that will keep our costs down. Now, we want to get all of this done for less than 15 grand. And if you add those figures up, we've got some wiggle room in there, right? And so as long as we can get it done for less than 15 grand, the house just up the street just sold for £100,000. We bought this for 60. So if we put 15 into it, then we would have been in the deal for 75, right? Obviously, you've had some solicitors and stamp duty and stuff like that. But I think realistically, even with the refurb, we can be all in the deal with all of that for £75,000. Now, when we go to a lender, we're going to go a buy-to-let mortgage, because at the moment we have no mortgage on this property. And so we're going to go to a buy-to-let lender, and they will lend us 75% that they feel it's worth. So if they value this at 100, and we're going to do it to a good standard, so it's as good as anyone else in the street, definitely as good as the 100 grand one down the road, then they will say, we will base that value on £100,000, we will lend you 75. And what that means is we get all of our money back, including the auction costs, everything that we paid, and we get all of our money back, and we've got a house for free. Now, maybe that doesn't work out. Maybe that doesn't work out, guys. Maybe they come back and they value the house at 95, and then we have to leave 5 grand in the deal. I'm happy with that. Instead of paying 25% deposit, I've actually left a small amount in the deal. And that's what you need to do. This is called the buy, refurbish, refinance, rent. We don't want to sell these properties. Our goal is to keep building our portfolio, keep adding more properties to it, because when you sell, you've got to pay capital gains, right? And I don't want to pay tax. I want to keep these churning out and build a little empire for Georgia so she is secure. And then I know as her father that I don't have to worry about her. And she can then use the money that's coming in from this to save for her deposit for her house down south, which is obviously considerably more expensive than here in Doncaster. So what we'll do when we get our money back is we'll go again. We'll go back to the auction and we'll do another deal at the auction. And then we'll see how many times we can recycle our money. That's our goal. Now, that's what this channel is all about, guys. And we're here to show you our journey on how we're investing for my 2 daughters. It's not just Georgia. So Georgia's my 21-year-old daughter. I've got a baby as well called Amelie, who's 1. And I want to buy some houses for myself. Right, so this year is all about refinancing our portfolio, building more properties, and we're going to show you all of this. You'll see update videos on this property in the next few weeks. We're starting work in a week from now. We'll show you what's going on. We'll show you everything being pulled out. We'll show you what the bathroom looks like. So if you join us, you'll see all of that, and I'll be open with the costs. If it costs more and it doesn't work out, I'll tell you, right? I'll be open and honest, fully transparent, so you can see exactly how this all works and hopefully learn something from it. But what you can do to help me is subscribe, smash the like button over there, guys, because that helps me with YouTube, and comment below. Let me know your questions. Do you think is this refurb too much or too little? Do you think I can do it for the cost that I'm thinking, or do you think I'm crazy? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll see how we get on. I'm James Nicholson. Stay blessed. Join us on this journey, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye for now.